Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk.
What's going on, douchebags? How y'all doing? This is The Objective Jerk, and I'm said jerk. You're not douchebags, I'm just joking. What is going on? It's been only a couple days since my last podcast, since my last confession. What did I talk about last time? Oh yeah, the German director. Yeah, I was actually I'm thinking about doing some live streaming on Rumble, see how that goes. I want to try it, but I kind of don't. But I was is anybody else fucking just tired of subscriptions and memberships and just, I don't know, man. You know, back in the day, I would say, in the 60s or something, probably you could buy like a nice camera and that camera would be badass for, 20 years or whatever. You know what I mean? Now it's like, so my wife bought me a camera. Canon, DSLR. It's not the most expensive camera. It was, maybe low, mid-end. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But she got it for me for a photography class. This was, I don't know, 2014, 15, something like that. I don't know. So yeah, 10 years, I guess, roughly. But maybe a little less. But anyway. So I have that, right? I'm not a huge photographer because I kind of, just like with my cell phone and I like being in the moment. I'm not one to grab my phone to record what I'm witnessing because I don't want to watch it through my phone. You know what I mean? If I need if I'm recording something to benefit like evidence kind of thing, to be look, to prove someone's a douche or something like that, then yeah. But I mean, if I'm I'm witnessing something cool, I don't want to use my phone to record it. I don't care about posting it and getting views and all that bullshit. I just want to be in the moment, And that's how I kind of felt with the camera and taking pictures. And it's all I was worried about is trying to get the angle and this and that. And I've talked about it before, how it just kind of ruined. I had, when I was taking that photography class, it was for Halloween, and we had to do it was a night shoot or something. So went trick-or-treating with my kids. And I was just thinking about all the things I had to do for the assignment and all the different stuff. And I was just worried about the taking the picture that I lost out on what was more important, which was trick-or-treating with my kids, So because of that, it was I don't know if it's, maybe by myself, I try and maybe go somewhere and take some pictures. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, kind of getting off track. But so, I'm thinking about the live streaming, and I'm okay, so I have this camera that I use. That's just part of the Mac, the webcam, FaceTime, whatever camera you call it. And it's not bad, I guess, but, it doesn't look as good. So I was like, okay, well, I will use my DSLR, right? Now, I did, in the past, I set up my DSLR as a webcam when I did my first, I tried to, this is my third, I guess. I have a YouTube channel. I say YouTube, but it's not, I don't really care much for YouTube. I'm just more Rumble anyway. But so I started, the first time I thought about doing something as far as content creating crap, I can't remember what it was called, but I had set it up. I got OBS and I set up the camera and it worked and I could use the camera and I did it. But then I kind of lost interest and I was just yeah, I don't know. And I think what I was doing was I was trying to find my niche and I couldn't figure it out. And I don't know. So I quit doing it. And then I started The Objective Jerk, but I was just doing the podcast. And then I remember I was like, okay, I'm gonna do for Rumble, which is what I'm doing now. Like, but I was trying to set up the camera, and you have to download like a driver and just all the crap again. And I was tinkering with it, but it was like, man, whatever. I don't feel like dealing with it. I'll just use the camera on my computer, which is what I've been doing. So now that leads me to now, obviously. So I was going through all the crap again, downloading OBS and trying to get the EOS webcam utility drive that you use for your camera to use it, I mean, it's just a camera. Why can't you just plug it in and use it? It's stupid. But it's no longer there. So the only my camera's too old now. And I was just like, dude, I'm just so fucking tired of the crap. I'm tired of Illustrator and Photoshop. I'm tired of paying monthly. I mean, I get why they do it because they make so much more money off people than people just buying a program. But I really miss the days of just buying a program the one time and having it and using it how you want. Or I don't know. And now it's like I'm on the Canon website and it's like they're really kind of not exploiting, but they're really taking advantage of the whole webcam, using it. And they got little packages, and it costs all this, and they want to do, and it's just like, I understand, I get it, it's capitalism, but I don't know, it just gets, I don't know, I think a lot of people my age are just kind of tired of it, and so it's like, you know what, it's not really worth it. I don't know how many times I've gotten rid of Adobe, whatever, and they change the way they do it now. They do it's like, oh, you'll pay less, but then you're contracted in. You know what I mean? So of course I did that like an idiot. I use it, but nowhere near what it's worth or what I pay for it. And I don't know. It's just all that crap. It's just music. Everything is streaming and subscription, and they're trying to get movies and everything, and it's like, that means that they have control over your stuff, So it's like, I have some vinyl records. Most of it was like my parents' records. I have a couple that I have purchased over, some time. The record player that I have is older. It was my dad's. I don't have it hooked up. It needs a new needle, which I have, but then, old school like stereo systems, you have all the various components, and plus I have here it's like 220 the voltage, so it's like, am I going to go through, or I could just buy a record player, which is probably what I'll do, something for here or whatever. But I don't know, I was just trying to keep something old, and that was my dad's and stuff. But having the physical copies. I have a lot of movies. I never got rid of my movies. I got rid of my music though. Just because I kind of fell for oh man, you have everything you could listen to or want to listen to is right at your fingertips. And I was like, well, since I have, I can just stream my music or whatever. I don't need the CDs, and it's like, cause I'm always, they're always taking up space, and, from move-ins, like you'd have a couple boxes full of CDs. So then I had a garage sale and I sold my CDs. I mean, except for like a few here and there, but basically. But I never got rid of my movies. I kept my movies, and my dad had a lot of movies too. And so I still have those, and I'm glad that I did keep them. And I'm just now kind of starting to have the urge to buy vinyl a little more actively than I do now. Because like I said, the last time I bought a record was 4 years ago. I did order like a Deftones when their Ohms album came out, but I never got it. I don't know, just because overseas kind of makes it difficult. It's kind of hard to order stuff from, Amazon. I order something from Amazon, I'll get it. You know what I mean? Whether I got to pay extra for shipping or if it's part of the free shipping, whatever this and that, I'll get it. But you order from something else, it just doesn't, you're kind of risking the chance of getting it or not. So I don't really mess with anything like that as far as that goes. What was the whole reason for this podcast? What was I forgot like what I'm talking about. Fuck. What was I saying? Just kind of, that's right, because I'm gonna live stream. So thinking about live streaming.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. I guess because just to kind of keep things a little interesting for myself, and I guess maybe it kind of helps with getting more eyes on the podcast, because when it's live, it'll I don't know, people will see it more, So I'm thinking about trying it, but now it's like, when am I going to do it? How am I going to, So that's why I was kind of downloading OBS again, and I was getting my camera ready, and then came across that I can't use my camera. Like it's not like the most expensive camera, but it's not a cheap camera either, And it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of annoying. So then I don't know. So I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what I want to do as far as I'll just record on my FaceTime thing to do the streaming, I guess, see how that goes. And if for some reason, if I get some more views, or, it seems like it does help, then maybe I'll splurge and get a better web camera or something, but I'm not going to pay for that right now. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. What else? I guess, I don't know. So, I got into, I was going to talk about trans athletes and stuff like that, but my, the other day I was getting vehicle worked on, and so me and my wife were just sitting around waiting, and she was messaging with her nephew, who he's my nephew, but through marriage, obviously, and he's young, he's he's a nurse, he went to school. He's a smart kid, and he's ambitious, and he's successful so far, I never was able to finish school, something I just couldn't do. I think it's, due to my depression and stuff like that, but still people are able to get their degree with their depression, so it's not like, I think I talked about before how I would have like a quarter or a semester where I did really good, and I'm interested, and then I'm like, man, why can't I always be like this? And then all of a sudden I just have another one where I don't want to do any homework, and I just get shitty grades, and it sucked. But anyway, so this nephew of mine who's gay, he's not really political, but of course, he's getting pulled in through the things he watches and people he hangs out with, probably. And of course, now the left, the liberal, they're all loving Kamala, when before she was like the least popular, candidate for anything. And now all of a sudden they all love her, but whatever. But that's the thing I think about, is like, do people not who are blue, they don't see this? They don't look and be like, gosh, they hated her, now they don't? They don't think for a minute, like, that's kind of weird. They're just like, oh, yay. But anyway, so he got on the little, Kamala gay train about the debating, right? How, oh, Trump doesn't want to debate Kamala. And And so I told my wife, I was like, well, tell him it's because she hasn't been voted by the Democratic Party as the nominee. And then he comes back with, well, neither was Trump when they debated. And it's like, okay, here we go. All right. So this is the thing, is like, I don't go looking for arguments. I don't sit there and try and get people to argue with me with politics because I don't know everything. You know, I'm only going to debate stuff that I feel somewhat passionate or kind of know. And so this was one of them. And then my wife's like, be nice. And dude, I love my nephew. Like I said, he's a good kid. He's a little airheaded with some things, you know, like that. But I mean, you know, most of us are at that age. I guess he's like mid-20s now. But anyway, so, you know, I explained to him, I was like, well, Trump was not the official nominee yet because they hadn't had the Republican National Convention, the RNC, because the left, Democrats, wanted to debate earlier. Usually, the debate happens after the nominee, and it's a few months later. But for some reason, they wanted to debate early. So when did they do the debate? July? Wasn't that it? The beginning of July, end of June? I can't remember now. But it's like 3-4 months before they generally start having debates, you know? And I remember, I mean, I didn't catch that. You know, I was like, oh, it's kind of early than normal. I don't follow and remember enough to know that. But, you know, other people do and be like, you know, it's a little early compared to normal, right? And I remember thinking, like, that is kind of weird. Why'd they do that? And this is obviously a conspiracy theory. And it's a little out there, but at the same time, it holds water, I think. Now, I haven't heard this anywhere. This is my own brain churning away. But Biden has been showing his senile capacity, whatever you want to call it, for years, really. But it's slowly getting worse and worse. And his administration has been trying so hard to cover it up, to keep it. Oh no, what do they call it? Not a deep fake, but I forget what they called it. But you know, it's fake and this and that. Blah, blah. They kept hiding it over and over. You know, like trying to deny that he was a senile. And then you would only see, like, if you watch like liberal media, they never showed any of the stuff. They were the ones hiding it. And then, you know, and then you go and watch someone else, and then they're showing you him falling and doing this and all this kind of crap. So we all knew. And now with the way things are going and how they're all trying to like push Trump to debate Kamala Harris. And, you know, this isn't like this is the only end all be all way to try and get rid of him. You know, they've been trying through the courts. You know, they've had all these different tactics and stuff that they're trying to get rid of Trump. You know, they're already planned out well in advance, and they're like, hey, if we do this, then this. They're playing chess. You know, freaking long-term con all the way, right? So, I think the reason I'm getting another table so my camera don't move around so much. I can't not lean on my table. But I think the reason that they debated as early as they did, because they knew Biden was going to look stupid. They knew it was going to hurt him. Because, I mean, he was already getting his ass whooped by Trump. So this was a plan to get rid of Biden and to possibly hurt Trump. So they did that early. They got rid of Biden. Now they're trying to be like, oh, look, here's Kamala, who hasn't even been voted in yet as the nominee, you know. And I don't even think she's the one they actually want to be in office. I mean, I guess maybe if somehow miraculously, did I say that right? Miraculously. She, you know, starts polling high and whatever, this and that, maybe they'll go with her. But I think they are sitting there trying to get Trump to debate Kamala before she's the nominee to hurt Trump and then they'll get somebody else as the nominee. Because you know his history with like how he is like with Rosie O'Donnell or whatever, or you know, like they're thinking he's such a pig that he's gonna say something about Kamala with her history and everything, and it's gonna make him look bad, and he's gonna lose points. And then when that happens, they're actually gonna pick someone else to be the nominee, and then go from there. That's why I think they're keeping Kamala in. Because why did they go early? Why did him and Biden debate early? Why is that? I mean, maybe they're hoping Biden would do good, but they're like, okay, if he sucks, which we pretty much know he will be, there's a chance for them to find someone else and recuperate, right? And now they're like, hey, Kamala's going to come in, but maybe we can get, you know, Kamala, she's not doing so great. People still don't like her. They're really trying to push her as like a black person. And it's like, it's the left are the only ones that come out. Remember during the 2020 campaign runs when Biden came out with some like Latino fucking music on his phone, trying to like, hey, I like Mexicans. You only see that with the left. They're always trying to pander to everyone. And so it's like Kamala starts sounding black all of a sudden, you know, when she's not. She's not black. She's not African. Sorry. Like they say, Elon Musk is more African than Kamala Harris. But anyway, but yeah, I think that's kind of their plan is, or their hope is that they'd be forced or they would fall for it and debate Kamala. She would say some stuff or whatever, and then Trump would attack her. Kind of like the old school Trump. Oh, you only got where you are because you were on your knees or whatever. You know, he'll say something and then people will be like, oh my God, he's so mean. Oh, okay, I want Kamala. Or at the very least, it'll hurt his poll and then they'll pick someone else like Gavin Newsom or whatever. You know what I mean? I think it's all just to try and hurt him, try and hurt his momentum. That's the whole reason Kamala's even where she's at right now and why they're trying to push for them to have a debate. Because if they wait, which Trump should wait, and I hope he does, if he waits till she gets the nominee to do the debate, then, you know, she's it no matter what. So I think they're hoping that she can at least hurt his momentum, and then they'll just put someone else in place, you know, that somebody else will actually get the nominee maybe. I don't know. Because it just sit there and think about it. Like, why did they do it so early? And why are they so pushing? I mean, she just became pushed to be maybe the president. Like they're just now talking about it, and she's getting the endorsement from everybody. Well, supposedly endorsement. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, debate. Why doesn't Trump want to debate? Oh. It's like, dude, he just debated Biden like a month ago. You know what I mean? And see, he did it early. He went along. They want to do it early. They want to do it with CNN. You know what I mean? All this crap. He was like, okay, we'll do it. He's letting them do it. But now it's like, no. When she gets the nominee, and then we're going to do it not on CNN. We're going to do it with like Fox or whatever, or have someone else to have what are the people that are there? Not the commentators, but they're the, damn it, I can't remember what they're called. Help me out, chat. See if I was live streaming right now, I could get some help from the one person watching. But, damn it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it's like, you know, everything's been in the left's favor. Everything. And then, so now that everything's kind of, the momentum is what Trump, they're trying anything to do. And it's like, unless, I don't think, he definitely should not debate her until she's the actual nominee. And then they need to debate more on his playing field as opposed to the left, because they had their chance. They had CNN and everything, and, you know, so, and no reporters and nobody could be there. Remember that? Dude, there's so much crazy bullshit from the left, just like the fucking assassination attempt, just like so much, all these little things. And it's like, How do you not see that? How do you quit being such the liberal mind virus or whatever they call it, or the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome? Just push that out of your brain for a second and just look at the whole picture and just be like, that's weird. That's weird. What the hell? You know, nothing makes sense. But nobody does that because they're so caught up on Trump. The only thing I can think of really for people that are in my family that hate Trump so much is because he said, I cup him by the pussy. Nobody fucking cares about cupping girls' pussies, okay? I've cupped pussies. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I was with someone, but, nobody goes around just grabbing girls' pussies except for maybe in a porno, and neither does Trump. You know, it's just guys fucking talking, locker room talk, you know? And like I said before, even my wife is like, dude, I've said more worse things about, doing things with her friends than, you know what I mean? But like, that's what everybody holds on to is like the cup in the pussy. Like that's, oh my God, he said cup in the pussy. It's like, I don't know. Quit thinking about your stupid ass emotions and your fucking woke mind virus bullshit and look at the state of the country and look at the BS that the left is trying to do. Like, how do you not see it? How do you not see it? I'm not saying the right's perfect. Is Trump the greatest of all time and the perfect human being? No, but he's definitely the best president for the job right now. Because he's the only one that's fighting against the bullshit system. Call it the deep state, call it whatever. I don't, but he's the only one that's got the balls to do it. And there's going to be another attempt on him. Believe that. Just because they couldn't get it that time, I mean, they're going to probably try and do something different. Trump needs to get a clone, somebody to take his place for a lot of things. He's going to end up crashing his car, or his brakes are going to give out, or I don't know. I think it's going to be something like that. He's going to be, sudden heart attack, cardiac arrest, or something like that. That's what's going to be. Because I think maybe they'll be like, if we try and shoot him again, that's going to be a little too obvious. I don't know. But it's not over. Even when he's president, man, he's going to be literally dodging bullets all the time. Because he's going to be, if he becomes president, he's going to be the next JFK. They will make it happen eventually. And you have to think, you have to wonder, why? Why are they so adamant about taking him out or not letting him run as president? Why? So he's a douche, whatever. Or like he's, because he does the mean tweets or something. He's only going to be president for 4 years. We've already seen his record before. Things are going to turn around. It's going to be just like anything else with Bush. You had Bush and you had Obama. But the thing is, it's because the deep state is afraid for their careers and their money and their control. They don't want to lose it. So now they're trying to scare the left. No, if Trump, he's gonna the 2025 whatever the fuck the stupid ass think tank thing is. They're trying to scare. It's just, and nobody sees it. Nobody's like, well, what the hell? What is? That's the only difference. That's the only thing. Because he's not like JFK. He wasn't like, no, I'm president. I'm going to make some changes. And then he gets shot. I've said it before. The CIA have been doing assassinations and coups for decades in other countries and even ours. And they tried to do it again a couple weeks ago. And they're going to continue because they don't want to lose their power, their money, their influence. It's the truth. Holy shit. I've been talking for 30 minutes almost. All right. Well, so that's it. Thanks for listening. And let me know if you think doing live streaming on Rumble is a good idea. or something. I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'll see you next time. All right, bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.